from here to, okay, let's say to here. Oh, you know what? To here. Let's say to here. Yeah. So this is my TP. I use green for take profit because green looks very good, and I use red for stop loss because red is like danger. So now this means I have a trade from here to here. That's what this means. Let me take this my long two. Yeah. Um, so this is the stop. You know, this is almost like a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Like a 1-to-1 ratio. So that's it. So now that's just all you have about risks. But let's go a little bit deeper into this risk. I think this was also explained in the last lesson. So the purpose of this lecture now is to go a little bit deeper into, let me take out this, into what we call risk. So we introduce what was called scaling. Okay, before we introduce scaling, let me talk about risk acceptance. Okay, I think I really talked about risk acceptance. Like it's all about you have to give something to take something. You can't. Nothing is free. Nothing. It's not. It's if you if anybody tell you, oh, this thing is free, you are not paying anything. It's a lie. You have to be paying something. It's impossible. It's just nature. That's how nature works. Like you have to give something.
No, can
So
I come in, Joe?
okay, yeah,
Except for our training, that is free, at least for now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a very good one. So so risk acceptance. So you have to accept the risk. It's something you have to predefine. This is not something you do while in the trade. Okay, let me use. No, no, no. When you are doing risk analysis while in the trade, it becomes an emotional thing. It's not longer a logical thing. It's not, it's not rational any longer. You start working based on emotions, not logic any longer. You understand? So risk acceptance is something you have to do before you get into the position. Like you just have to. That is when logic is at is at its peak, right? So when you enter the trade, you share between logic and emotions. There's become this war between the two, right? It's a very interesting play between logic and emotion. So you have to accept your risks. So now we have accepted our risks. We know exactly what we are risking, what we are giving to take something in return. So we know that for sure. So for here, for example, this is it's like I'm risking $3 to make like $4. That's what it means here. That's what this means here. I'm risking like $3 to make $4. So that's just risk acceptance. Yeah. So now let's talk about scaling into position. So the question is, how do I facilitate? How do I facilitate making money in this game? Like, how do I make the process fast? Like, I mean, I have $300. So, like, look at it. You have $300. You are using $6 every time to take a position. What is left? 300 minus 6, is that not 284? Like, you mean the remaining 284 is just dormant in your in your account? I mean, the question is, what is the remaining 284? What is it doing? So why don't I just deposit like $10 instead? Why deposit $300? I mean, you could reason too. The remaining 280 something dollars could be doing something very useful for me too, right? You might reason that way. But you see, there's something too you have to understand about trading. It's like, I don't know, for anybody that knows how to play chess here or that plays um um which other game? Let's just say chess, or it could even be Ludo, for example. Let's use something everybody's familiar with, Ludo, or just any game, really, any game. But let me use chess as a baseline. If you are familiar with chess, chess is just a game, you play, it has pieces, right? So it's more like a war type of game. So you have pieces. Now look at this, your capital, which is $300. Look at it like your king in the chess game, right? Look at it like your king. Your king is the most important piece, just like in an empire back in time, right? Or even currently in 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 your country, the most important citizen or the number one citizen is the president, right? That's who the most important citizen is. So that's exactly how it is too, right? Is the king. So just look at the king as the president. So in um in in this trading, your capital is like your king. So that's what it is. So so you have pieces too in the chess game, right? You have different pieces like rook, bishop, knight, queen, um, I don't know, pawns, right? So you have those are your pieces, other pieces. Now, there's something interesting about game of chess. Your king, the number one rule of chess game is you have to protect your king. That's the number one rule. Of course, king is the most important piece. If king is the most important piece, you have to protect the king. If anything happens to your king, it's like game over. Nothing is left. Game over. So if just one piece is the most important piece, means that piece should be protected at all costs. So capital is the most important thing. Capital should be protected at all costs. So now you have other pieces too, right? That could sacrifice their lives for the king, right? So um, the end goal is to make money, right? So just as in the game of chess, the end goal is to win the game. That's the end goal. Win the game. I don't care what pieces you are going to sacrifice to win this game. I don't care. Sacrifice the queen, sacrifice if it's if it deems fit to sacrifice the queen, sacrifice the queen. Sacrifice any bishop, any of win the game, win the war. So the same thing in game of trading. You can sacrifice any amount you want to sacrifice, but the most important thing, protect your king and make money, make consistent money actually. So that's what is most important. So see this $6 position size, see it's more like a piece that has to be, rather, sorry. See $3, the risk, see it's more like a piece that can be that has to be sacrificed or that can be sacrificed. You understand? Yes. Because your end goal is not is to win the game, is to make money, to make consistent income. That's your end goal. And you have to give something to get something. It's like a law of nature. There's no don't it's law of nature. Just like my partner said, RTM, yes, our RTM Institute is free. It's free. Come learn. We are giving this information for free, and we are not hiding anything from you. But really, is it really free? I mean, in the long run, is it really free? Yeah. So it's apply. Nothing is free. If anything, there's something is free, it's not free. There's always a hidden cost, or it might not even be hidden. It might be visible, really, just that you can't see it. So, so that's how it is. So see this $3 as one of the piece you have to sacrifice to get something in return, right? So that's exactly how it works. So now scaling. How do you facilitate the process? How do you facilitate the process? So this is how it works. I will explain that. But first, before I explain that, you have to understand um, this game that it's a 50-50, it's a probability game, right? Applying, I think